there's quite a few allergies here, unfortunately. That's the trouble with growing up. Eternal light. You drink the funeral gin, the grave's mud and clay on your shoes. He lies in cold, wet ground. Trees line the drive, their last of autumn leaves are dainty. The shark cars drive in the gates, the railing lined with cabbage trees, pine and cypress shade. Can you be dust? Summit and pinnacle of gladness. The lamps arrayed like priests whose white robes gush. Acrobatics. You're not alone in finding it hard to shunt what matters. A vogued possum on wire renounces opulence for aesthetics. Cars mow night, his hair quills. Wake up to yourself, mate, new ranch, same as the old tailspin. The treasure corked by roses, back pedals from a pole, hoisting marvels, departs a stretched toddler. Novels end where marriage ends life. Reached out in a tweet, yours prophylactically. The personal essay drowns in a well. Now the slightest disagreements at turnip. Huffy romantic reads wraparound banalia. Don't chat to strangers. You'll only leave that atrium, that circus, that rictus. Honour among thieves. 1. I hardly saw summer, just the room and fence rails, the puffy-faced beauties fret, fragments in the lobby, each ungirled crack extinguished. She gets blasted for correcting a man. Toss ears away, toss sight. 2. Ensorcelled between Centurion tyres and the dental car park, the 3 fates loll on the veranda. Can you believe it? Hand and boot, scrimmaging for him, bunched ottoman. Christmas was wrinkled papers, chocolates to next door's meth head. His high-vis mates chew the drive's cued memories. 3. The freeway's hyper ads burn a picture of an ex, the city past its brim. 4. Unable to divide the city from you, today is slick with rain. A wine bar's reeled drinks over the bridge your father died near. Black water folds. Love once said frizzles. Lovers parcelled through the week as went the times. The door's glass kookaburra leaves childhood. 5. Old salons of tittering ghosts, tossed cradles, a wooden footlast, a Cuisinaire's xylophone rods went. A chart of reassurance says, you're wrong. A concrete seagull in its concrete bath. I read some ancient poems. Blue Monday. 1. Her 4th husband, the potter, told me, their sceptical charity cherishing its dollar. Mobile voices pour into your ear and bristling traffic hurts me with its morals. 2. I spend my time correcting his letters and then get promoted to composing. Responsibility sits on my smile, but the pay plateaus. He greets the department. I draw the line at coffee, though he wheedles, looking over the stable door. They stop at the phone and confide, tarnished gods, a class above me, blessed and poor. I receive their hypocrisies like my own. I behave appropriately and slip into the job. 3. The stoned windscreen wipers, Australian tan, risks death for a hit and resourcefully shoots the fit into her mouth. The ultimate quest or hydrant spins like a new planet in her nobbled gait and tubbling eyes. Birds parrot the phone. Youth and beauty nod off at the tram stop, golden in the sun. At the funeral, she was great, but she wasn't. The dedicated writers, the Sunday painters mingle in the end. 4. I'm not a card person. The voice slaps the cafe. Time scrawls closed as credits roll a chorus line of doubts. The well-rounded personalities dote. Delayed fathers scuff the aisles. Preserved in my tin, I drive through rain. 5. You can barely distinguish one from the other, longing to talk about themselves. The national treasures are talking on TV. This practiced warmth feathers the phone. Sunday's bells hammer and drag. The artist and her model, the perplexed statue. Squirts of confirmation came and went, and purpose gulled. 6. His glass clinks on the line and she smokes, each decade a different virtue. He beats his wife, they turn the TVs up. He chats his romances that flick like ash. I took the commission. Cry at death you ache to join and don't ache, or prefer the cork-lined head and perpetual sucker. Just read another ancient poem. This is called Advertisements. 1. If you talk in statements, what do you expect? I can't respond humanly. Your university is the museum you lived for. Phone calls don't matter. I read your advertisement on the board and prayed for rent. Tomorrow morning has no plan, but your chores press it like a knob. How can I stand to watch as you circle the planet at last and it doesn't move? Effort falls off you, here where the chair collapses and light doesn't work. So what if the taxi driver's gorgeous, his face a sweet mixture of levels? The wrong road makes you think true, and your stoned, deadened brain is running into things slowly. 2. As your eyes move from the television, you see your legs have the bright, scary look of reality. In the room, someone breathes amongst live furniture. Nothing's channeled beforehand as you watch skin and blood move spontaneously in the dense, transparent air. It's more fun being here, really, than on television. They advertise Operation Noah, and you just presume an ark's being built. This music lessens the suspense. People narrate themselves. You don't have to be bald to be sinister. The planes of his face turn around and look at me, while there a coloured, unreal sky quivers between trees like a pond. Vague mountain, you don't care, months move in front of you. I lie in bed, terrified of Beethoven. Tomorrow on the phone he's hassling like a kid. Your bent time, he'll come in like a parcel and slow it. I mean, what's behind all this? The nervous trees and their little surging plot don't mean the city. You can have your suggestions, you're so mixed up. I'll just read, I'm sure my 10 minutes is already up. I'll just read 2 more. This is called Peripheral Tolerance. What are you? An expert in aversion concealment. He hoists the rope and rises. Old contestant, enlivening the walk. Now I walk through the hot air's remembrance. Dreamt as a huge see-through balloon that squashes and expands continually. Party transfixed by spectacle. You started out seriously, but the world you came into wasn't, and so you sat in opportune sundial, permanently dislodged from a book, crowd-surfing strangers, rounding their heads to find not home, but sea and wind like stone. Verification factors. 1. He was generous to a fault, i.e. talentless. In Binskill dawn, despair tolerantly tracks the siren's minor fourth through birds' helixed calls. Downstairs you dreams wheels savoured on a pension, flats tilt, tenants hustle the walkways, unreadable the breach notice gags, head in bucket. 2. On the book, the photo of a saint's see no evil eyes, Cull's reception. The picnic rug hails the letters wiped of poison. The street's antiseptic flowers and dismembered trees. The bank statement says, I am a bank. The leader reads autocues like lunch in his ziggurat. The vanquished dead sail on the walls. Caravanserai slugs its invented interlocutor. 3. Keep distorted, acrid. Dread the infinite. The lugubrious voice quaked to selfhood. Obliterates the painting. 4. 2 drinks and she's anyone's anecdote. She fills with herself. Night shrieked, dawn bled. Mauve and yellow sky calibrates time away. Watch the film for the music, the series for the city. Among the impotent wars, crunched rebuke. The friendship braceletiers, the ethnographers and amnesiacs. Expect little and get it.